While you've been watching this, 300 office workers just lost 1,140 combined hours to preventable distractions. Research reveals that the average office worker wastes 3 hours and 48 minutes daily. It's nearly half their workday on distractions and inefficient task management. But here's where it gets really personal. 47% of employees admit to spending 65 minutes per day just scrolling the internet for non-work purposes, while small tasks left undone create mental clutter that consumes another 2 hours of cognitive bandwidth. However, top performers have hacked this system using a counterintuitive trick from neuroscience labs. The secret lies in mastering the 2-minute rule, and I'm about to show you how this changes everything. The 2-minute rule is a concept that originated from David Allen's Getting Things Done method. It suggests that any task that takes less than 2 minutes to complete should be done immediately. This simple rule can significantly impact your productivity by creating a sense of momentum and, at the same time, reducing the feeling of being overwhelmed by your own tasks. Why? When you do small tasks right away, you free up your mental space and energy, in such a way leaving much more space to work on larger, more complex tasks. Let's say you're using time blocking techniques and start processing your emails at a specific time. When you open your email inbox, you can see that you have 10 emails received. When you go through them, you can see that some emails are important and will require more than 2 minutes to respond to. Some will be something you can quickly respond to in less than 2 minutes. For example, you might receive an email from your colleague asking for a quick update on a project. Instead of letting it sit in your inbox, if you know the project status, responding to it right away can save you time in the long run. In the past, I used to let these small emails pile up, which simply led to a constant feeling of being behind and stressed. By implementing the 2-minute rule, I was able to clear my inbox and mental space, making it much easier to focus on more significant tasks. So responding to them right now not only frees up your email inbox, but also your mental inbox, which will lower your stress level. When you respond to those small emails right now, you free up your mind to focus on the more significant tasks without the pressure of feeling guilty that these small tasks are pending. Also, one of the sources of procrastination that leads to stress and inefficiency is the large list of tasks that seem overwhelming. Let's say you open your to-do list for a specific project and you see a long list of tasks. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you can start by doing the first task on the list, which takes less than 2 minutes. For example, you might have a task like schedule a meeting with John for next Monday at 10 am. If you can do this task right away, it will help you feel a sense of accomplishment and at the same time will reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. How many tasks on your to-do list would take less than 2 minutes to complete? If you're like most people, it's probably about 40% of them. So, why do we keep postponing these quick wins, allowing them to create mental clutter that drags down our entire day? Implementing the 2-minute rule is simple but powerful in its impact. However, it will be different based on your own habits and the nature of your work. Simply, it will always start with reviewing the task on your to-do list and at the same time estimating the time you need to complete them. If a task requires more than 2 minutes to be done, you go to the next task until you come to a task that can be done in less than 2 minutes. Then you will complete it and continue with the next task with the same process. The important thing here is that you should be honest with yourself about the time required for each task. Don't start a task that is longer than 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes and so on. If you find that a task is taking longer than 2 minutes, you can break it down into smaller tasks that can be completed in less than 2 minutes. For example, if you need to write a report, you can break it down into smaller tasks such as, let's say, research the topic, outline the report, write an introduction, and so on. All of these tasks can be completed in less than 2 minutes. Only research the topic probably will require much more time. Okay, it is normally that some of them might take a bit longer, for example, 3, 4 or 5 minutes, but the key is to start with the smallest tasks and start building momentum from there. It will not be easy in the beginning. However, if you really want to improve your productivity, you must be consistent until this rule becomes your everyday routine. But if you cannot estimate the time required for completion of each task on your list, In such a case, you can do estimate for the next task. At one moment in my life, I was overwhelmed with a long list of tasks that seemed impossible to complete in a day. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of work. But then I decided to apply the 2-minute rule after reading the Getting Things Done book by David Allen. So I started with the first task on the list. It was a task that could be completed in less than 2 minutes, and I completed it. Then I moved on to the next one. The next one required more time. So I was in a dilemma to decide if I would break it right now or continue with the next below 2-minute tasks. I decided to continue with the next one, and after I had gone through the whole list, I would come back to the tasks that required more time. Then a miracle happened. After less than 15 minutes, I had cleared almost half of my to-do list. I cannot explain how I feel at that moment. Inspiration and motivation were higher than when I looked at the list to start from the first task. The feeling that I have enough time for the rest tasks brings me a peace of mind. So the key benefits of implementing the 2-minute rule are that first, it helps you clear your inbox and mental space quickly. Also, it will help you reduce stress and makes it easier to focus on more significant tasks. Lastly, it can lead to a significant shift in your daily habits and overall productivity. If you implemented the 2-minute rule, share your experience in the comments below. I would love to hear about your journey and how this rule has helped you.